We're back. My first guest is an Emmy award-winning comedian, best-selling author, and host of The Al Franken Show, which airs daily from 12 to 3 on Air America Radio. Please welcome Al Franken. Good to have you, Al.
Great to be here again.
Always nice to have you on the show.
Yes.
Something I really want to talk to you about is after Fahrenheit 9/11 came out, Michael Moore's documentary, a lot of people, a very influential, I guess, documentary, they came out with a porno movie called Fahrenheit 69 right afterwards.
I get it.
Yeah. I still don't.
Well,
because of the, oh, yeah. Well, oh. Yeah, right. Well, anyway, still don't understand. But but here's the best part. I don't know how you feel about this.
I didn't know this existed.
Yes. There's a porno movie called Fahrenheit 69, and there is an Al Franken character in the porno, and we actually got a hold of this. Let's say, there's the guy. Now, to be fair, I think he's making a sandwich there. I don't want anyone to misinterpret what's going on.
So, yeah, this is, one of your producers told me, this was like an actual porn movie.
We were just watching porn, and this came up. No. We were in a porno theater. No. We heard about this.
It's like a political porn.
It's just a, you know, they make a porno about everything.
And I have sex in it with whom?
I don't know. I don't watch that kind of filth. Or trash.
Okay, well, I thought someone on your staff might have.
Oh, yeah, everybody's seen it.
Yeah.
But your character, like anybody else, gets it on. And I just thought, how do you feel about being... You were portrayed by that actor in a porno movie. You happy about that? That seems like it's kind of a cool...
Seems like a young Al, doesn't it?
I think you look fantastic, by the way.
Thank you.
There he is again. Stop showing that. I like that he's got his glasses on.
If they had just asked.
Right. If you would have done it? Would you have done it?
It depends, you know. Again, who I was supposed to be.
2 girls, 1 guy.
No. I had to think.
That took a while. Okay.
It took a little too long, didn't it?
Okay, 2 guys.
Yes.
Okay. There we go. I just wanted to find out.
No, it's...
Now, speaking of sex, I haven't talked to you since you just touched my leg.
I know, it was an accident.
It was an accident? You like patted?
Well, then I did it.
Oh, okay. It was an accident the first time.
To show that.
All right. I didn't mind it. But you haven't had... I haven't had you on the show since Bill O'Reilly, your nemesis.
Right, that's fair to say.
Fair to say. Had the scandal. A scandal.
That's fair to say.
He had a scandal, a
sex scandal.
Phone sex scandal.
Phone sex scandals.
Yeah.
It's fair to say.
Yeah, fair to say.
It's fair to say that he called, well, he settled the case, so we'll never know exactly, but it was a phone sex thing where he allegedly called one of his producers and did sort of fantasy about going in the shower with her and that kind of thing. And it was too bad, really. I mean, you try not to take any pleasure from someone else's misfortune. But it was too bad. You know, I felt bad for him. And what was really bad about it was that it came out, the timing was bad.
Right.
For a sex scandal. Because his book, and this is true, The O'Reilly Factor for Kids.
For kids.
Had just come out. That was too bad. But what's interesting is if O'Reilly, you'll see on the TV always will talk, he rails about people like me, liberals.
Yeah.
And our secular, meaning not religious, secular lefty values, as opposed to what he calls traditional, his traditional values. And I didn't know that phone sex was traditional, because I didn't think the phone had been around long enough.
Well, it started right with the phone. So it was the second thing Alexander Graham Bell did, I think.
Hey, Watson.
Hey,
Want to do a
Watson.
threesome?
What are you wearing, Watson? Now, is this true that there's a possible Senate run in your future? You may run for the Senate. Is there any truth to this?
I'm considering it in 2008 in my Minnesota, where I grew up, and I'd be moving back pretty soon. I'm buying a house back there, buying a condo.
Right.
I'm an empty nester, so my wife said condo. But after I wrote Rush Limbaugh is a big fat idiot, that book.
Right.
A lot of people came to me and said, Al, you should run for office. You know a lot about politics. You're fairly articulate. You've been married once, to the same woman for 29 years. You're very, very good looking.
That's the kind of quiet you don't often hear on a talk show.
No.
Deep space quiet.
No. Yeah. So I'm looking at doing that. The radio show it's growing, and so that might be more important at the time. But which I'm going to be doing the radio show, and I may move the show back to Minnesota sometime next year.
That'd be a big move.
It would be, but I love Minnesota. I love it. And so yeah, might do that.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you if you do. I'm sure we'll talk to you before that develops. I did want to ask you about something, which is you've done this, been doing this for a while. You have gone on many USO tours.
Yeah.
And
well, you have too.
I went on one.
Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't like the food, and I said never again. No,
it is terrible.
I went on one, but you've gone on several USO tours, and you, am I right? You visited Abu Ghraib prison as part of a.
We did a show there, not for the prisoners.
Right.
We did it for.
Can you imagine?
Well, they've got very strict rules now. Went with Darryl Worley and Mark Wills, who were country guys, and Bradshaw, the wrestler, and all right-wing rednecks. And we've done 2 years in a row. We love each other. But at Abu Ghraib, the guys who work there now, the prisoners who work there now, have been sort of stigmatized, and nothing of their doing. These are new guys there. So we said, let's do a show there.
Right.
And we traveled with the Sergeant Major of the Army, who's this very important guy in the Army. He's the highest non-commissioned officer in the Army. So the commander at Abu Ghraib introduced him with absolutely no irony. Introduced the Sergeant Major of the Army this way. He said, let's give a warm Abu Ghraib welcome to... Sergeant Major. Anyway, he just didn't mean it ironically at all. And that was one of our favorite things on the tour. Was let's give a warm Abu Ghraib welcome.
Yeah, you don't want a warm Abu Ghraib welcome.
But it's really amazing doing it. It's an incredibly, as you know, it's an incredibly rewarding thing to do. And I hope to go again next year.
We've actually had some people show up in our audience that we met over there.
Really?
And we told them come see the show, and then their tour was up, and they came here.
And you let them in?
Yeah, we let them in, and they watched the show, and after 40 minutes of this show, they're like, we're going back to Iraq. It's more hospitable over there. Well, the Al Franken Show celebrates its one-year anniversary this week. It's been a year.
Thursday, we're doing a show live here in New York at the Museum of TV and Radio. I think we're sold out, but we love going on tour and doing it live in front of an audience.
Right.
And yeah, it's 1 year, and we're expanding and growing and making a difference, hopefully.
All right, and it airs daily from 12 to 3 p.m. on Air America Radio. Best of luck to you, Al. Thank you so much for being here. Al Franken, everybody. Alicia Silverstone coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.